All right, folks, it's me, Mikey Pipes. I'm at my next service call. I am a half hour early. That's the way the ball bounces sometimes when you're doing service work. So the appointment's between 1 and 3. It's 12:30. I just sent the property owner because they're not they don't actually live here. I don't know, whatever. I sent the property owner a text. Hey, it's Mike at Pipe Doctor. And I did this all through House Call Pro, which is our CRM. And I sent them a text that way the whole team can see it. I was like, hey, Mike at Pipe Doctor, I've arrived early. No rush, but may I start and diagnosing and troubleshooting the outdoor central air conditioning system? Within seconds, sure, go right ahead. Always get permission before doing anything. Always get permission before doing anything. Let's go check out this R22 4-ton Trane outdoor unit. All right. I keep my tool bag generally in the front compartment here. Passenger compartment. Slowly opening the side door. That's why I always roll that way. I'm going to grab my knee pad and grab the JB Smart Probes, Climate Class Smart Probes. I'll do a truck tour one day for you guys. A lot of you ask me every so often, and not that I'm being disrespectful, I just busy, you know. All right, folks, here we are. Of course the unit is running. You know, I don't understand. If something's not working right, the best thing to do, like if your car isn't working right, you know, stop driving it. Bring it to the mechanic. So here we go. We got a 4-ton Trane XL15I. This is a 15-SEER 4-ton system. Manufacture date of June 2007. Uses LOW refrigerant, that HCFC R22. Came with 11 pounds of it, 6 ounces. Nice little disconnect there. Line set. Up to the attic. Now, one of the things I'm going to notice is that the air coming out of this thing, ambient temperature air, and I don't see anything condensing on that. Nothing. And last month we were here and gave them a quote to replace it and added, I don't know, many pounds of R22. Many pounds. All right. So let's expose the... Hi. Yes.
But he said they're not licensed to do replacement in this area.
Oh, so there's a miscommunication because we thought you were in the village of Hempstead. All right, those probes are hooked up. We are low, 20 psi, and dropping on the low side and 157 on the high.
I just asked him. They said
All right, I have my temperature clamps on my suction and my discharge line. I have the probes in place. I got R22 inverted, charging as a liquid on my wireless charging scale. I'm going to stop every about half a pound to a pound. This is R22, virgin R22 refrigerant. That refrigerant was phased out in 2010. Crazy. 2010. Absolutely crazy. So we're adding refrigerant to the system to give them instant gratification. Now folks, we need to be crystal clear here because there's a lot of fake news out there. For a typical residential R22 split system, It is not automatically a violation of federal EPA law to add R22, like I'm doing right now, to a system simply because you know it has a leak. So what does Section 608 40 CFR Section 82.157 say? It's about 50 pounds of refrigerant. The federal mandatory leak repair rules for ozone depleting refrigerants, such as R22, like this system, apply to appliances with a full charge of 50 pounds or more. That means 50 pounds or greater. This system has a factory charge of 11 pounds, 5 or 6 ounces, maybe another 2 pounds at most with a 7/8 line set to go up to the attic to that air handler. That's far less than 50 pounds, folks. So for a normal residential system holding, let's say 6, 10, 12, or even 20 pounds of R22, Section 608 does not require you to repair the leak before adding refrigerant. The EPA specifically says the leak inspection repair requirements are not required for appliances below the 50-pound threshold. What is wrong with you people? Learn. No, it's not illegal to buy R22. It's not illegal for me to install R22, even if I don't fix the leak. It's not a requirement in the EPA 608 unless it's 50 pounds or greater. Let's talk about a scenario, folks. You arrive at a residential R22 system. You determine it's low on refrigerant because the refrigerant has leaked. The customer declines a leak search, repair, or replacement. They want you to gas and go. So you add R22 to restore operation to the system. That act alone is not an EPA Section 608 violation, assuming the appliance has a full charge under 50 pounds and you're otherwise complying with Section 608. Now, what you cannot do intentionally is vent that refrigerant. Section 608 service practice requirements still apply when recovering, operating, repairing, or servicing the refrigerant circuit. And the technician must have the appropriate Section 608 certification. There is also no federal EPA requirement forcing the homeowner, you, maybe, to replace an R22. The EPA currently states that existing HCFC 22 equipment can continue to be serviced. There is no EPA mandate requiring replacement for conversion simply because it has R22. So enough of the fake news. Well, it's 81 in here and it's 69 set to. We'll never get to 60 now. Let's put that to 72. And we are, 79 degrees return temperature. All right, here is a 8x8, 65 degrees, 63 and dropping, 65 almost, good. All right, and this one, 67, 67.6, good. All right, we have stairs, and we have pull-up light. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we have R4.2. All right, we have a number of runs, which are gonna have to be changed. That is a 5-ton air handler. There's an air filter. Yeah. Wow. The big mama. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on this side. I'm gonna have to redo all the ductwork to comply with energy efficiency laws. See, we're gonna pull permits on this because it's a non-profit organization. They always gotta get permits, so we're gonna have to also check out the circuit breaker panel. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3 runs there. No, 3, yes, through a third one over there. Okay, but stairs, yeah, we'll get it through. So in my jurisdiction, when it comes to air conditioning, we need an electrical certificate for the circuits. So there's a circuit that goes outside. My electrician is gonna have to come and file for that, and also for the air handler. Now, all of that R4.5 or 4.2 ductwork, no bueno, it's all gonna get upgraded. All the supply ductwork and the return ductwork, all has to be the upgraded R value to that. Also, there needs to be a service switch and outlet and lighting and OSHA-approved flooring throughout the work area. We're pretty good with that. My electrician will just add an outlet up there, but maybe add a couple more lights, but we are adding a significant amount of money to the proposed total by making everything code compliant. And that's one of the things that government wants you to do, because they want you to make sure it's a safe and efficient operating system. This is not trying to like take money out of your pocket. This is so you get the most value for your hard-earned dollars. Now, one of the things that I didn't mention in this video, but I mentioned many times in the past, that when a system has a leak, there are 5 things that you must explain to your end user, the consumer. 5 things to legally protect yourself and them. Number 1, and I have a PDF of all these instructions, by the way, this list that I drew up, and I actually have my clients sign when we're adding refrigerant. So it's a PDF, and it's called the 5 things you need to know and the 5 choices you have when you have a refrigerant leak in a sealed refrigerant system. And it explains everything in layman's terms, right? So anyone can understand as long as they have a brain. So number 1, you could do nothing. Number 2, you can add a refrigerant. Number 3, you can add refrigerant with a sealant. Number 4, we could do a leak search and then talk about how to make the leak go away. And number 5, we can replace the system. Each choice breaks it down what the cause and the effects are, right? What's guaranteed, what's not. The only guarantee is option number 5, because even if we find the leak with option number 4, what happens next week, next month, next year? Another leak develops and all the refrigerant disappears out, or enough refrigerant where it's not cooling, or freezes up, or damages the compressor, or so many other things go wrong, right? It's a sealed system. Once it's sealed, hermetically sealed, it shouldn't need anything for its lifetime unless something goes wrong. And that's why you, as an HVAC technician, need to explain these 5 things to your homeowners. All right, ladies and gentlemen, job is finished. Let me tell you how I ended it as far as what we propose here for this organization and this single-family home, 2-story high ranch. Number 1, I don't recommend this, but a direct replacement. Take out the 4-ton, put a 4-ton in its place. I don't recommend this because there's only 2 vents on the ground floor of this high ranch single-family house. Only 2 vents. 4 tons is way overkill for what we got going on here. Plus, the rooms on the ground floor, the first floor, don't really cool that well according to the occupant of the home. But nonetheless, I know how some organizations operate and they just want to just take the easy way out. But that's option number 1. Remove the 4-ton, put in a new 4-ton, have a nice day. Option number 2 and 3, this is where it makes more sense. And when you factor in the cost of ductwork modifications by ripping all that out with a higher R rating on the flexible connectors, you know, the flex duct, this may be a win. We take out the 4-ton, put a 3-ton ACiQ PAH with HPD system in. We still got to do some duct work, right, to make that code compliant. But at least now we'll eliminate the ground floor, those 2 rooms in the ground floor. On the second floor, we have a living room, dining room, kitchen area, all combined in one room with 5 vents. 5 vents. It looks hideous. I would make that 3 vents and 1 in each bedroom and keep the 1 in the 2 bathrooms each. Second floor gets a 3-ton, and we put in a 3-zone, 12 on the kitchen, living room, dining area, just for supplemental. If they have a lot of company over, cooking, what have you, holidays, supplemental, 12,000 BTU on that kitchen, dining room, living area. A 6 in that bedroom and a 9 in the other room on the ground floor. That's my best recommendation. Let me get your thoughts and feedback in the comments section down below. And if you want any stickers, email me, Mike at MikeyPipes.com. And of course, if you would like a video consultation with me Half hour is $125, and 100% of all proceeds go to my nonprofit, the Mikey Pipes Philanthropy Charitable Organization. One other thing I just want to bring up, the Mikey Pipes Surge Protection Device, the MPSPD-01. Folks, 02 is about to be, we have great news. We're going to be making a version 2.0. It's going to be UL listed, and it's not going to be that much more money. And it's going to be available to all HVAC contractors in the United States. Epic, guys. Epic, epic, epic. And of course, we recommend ACiQ for this home, single family high ranch home. And because of that relationship that myself as an HVAC contractor and almost 500 other contractors in the United States have, my clients don't have to settle for cheap builder's grade equipment when we can get high performance, high efficiency, fully communicating inverter driven systems for almost the same price. And together we're changing the way America heats and cools. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, be well, God bless, stay safe. You can email me, Mike, at MikeyPipes.com. If you want any free stickers, they're free. If you want to donate to the Postage Fund, feel free to Zelle, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal me. Crypto, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Doge, I take it all. Love you. Catch you in the next one.